Well, listen, I think it's time for me to give you one of our special interview today about the Ubud Village Bali Festival. Oh, Jazz Festival, actually. We already have Astrid. Oh, hello, Astrid, who is going to tell us about everything about Ubud a village festival, a jazz festival. This is actually a music festival situated in the artistic surroundings of Ubud, Bali. If you've never been to Bali before, it's your loss. Okay, let's say hi first to Astrid. Astrid, how are you today? Okay, well, we'll still.
Hello, can you hear
Okay,
me?
yes, I can hear you loud and clear now. Okay, so
Yeah.
how are you today, Astrid? How's the preparation of the Ubud Village Festival, Jazz Festival?
Well, the preparation, like always, every year is always packed and crowded because it's like 1 week before the event. So we're very, very busy right now, but it's still in a good condition.
Oh, thank God. And thankfully,
Everything's under control.
everything is under control, right? So, as earlier you said also, we have a lot of musicians are going to the Ubud Jazz Festival and performing in the Ubud Jazz Festival itself. And one of them is you and your band, right?
Yes, yes. I'll be
Yeah.
playing with my quartet, Spread and Stretch.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And of course, there's also a lot of other musicians. And can you tell us a little bit about this Ubud Jazz Festival, Village Festival especially? Is it held in villages or how's the concept exactly?
Well, the idea is because I also performing and me and my husband are both musicians. We performing around Bali. So basically, Ubud is one of the most area that we love the most for to perform because it's still surrounded by the village, and then it feel you can feel the natural and then the cultural feel there if you perform there. So that's why we decided to make the festival in Ubud. And that's the first idea in 2013. And then, we named it Ubud Village Jazz Festival because we want the guests to feel the village feel, vibe. It's not like everywhere else around the world that they have it maybe indoor or maybe at other amphitheater, which is good, and then they have their own spectacular venue, and then we have our own. So that's what we want to encourage the guests to come because it feels different.
Okay, so is it small places because you are planning to invite so many viewers, right? So many people to see the jazz festival itself. What about the place of the village in Bali? Is it appropriate or is it fit enough for a lot of people there?
Yeah, now we look into a bigger venue this year, marking into the 10th year of anniversary of the Jazz Festival. We decided to move into a bigger venue because last year we already have like more than 5,000 people in today's. So we're hoping to have more this year. So hopefully that this year's venue at Salok, Bali, that would be appropriate for us because it will be divided into 3 areas, and then we have 3 stages. The one at the parking lot, and then that's on the top because it's like in the hill setups. It's like terracering if you call it in Bahasa Indonesia. So you can see the river down there from the top of the lobby. Because it's situated in the hotel, but it has a kind of like an outdoor space that we have for the event.
Wow.
So we using that space for the festival, and then we also have the third stage next to the river. So that would be a different setup, and then maybe the artists feel different because maybe they never have a stage next to the river before.
I don't think it's not only the artists who can feel the differences for the view and all the, how do you say it's the atmosphere, right? The atmosphere of the natural villages in Bali that you will present there. It's so amazing. I think all the audience is also having those kinds of experience. It's kinds of amazing. How long you preparing all these concepts?
Well, at the beginning, it happens in 2012. We kind of like have a series of jazz concerts, with small concerts. So we moved into one venue, into another venue, and then at one point in 2012, after 2 years going here, going there, and at that point we have so many guests, and then they gave the idea also, why don't we have make a bigger event so you can accommodate more guests, because at that time we have to say no to the coming guests because we don't have more space at that time. So my husband and our other partners, Anom, my husband's name is Yuri Mahatma. They are both the co-founders of the Jazz Festival. So decided to have an international jazz festival in 2012, and then that's the embryo of us making the jazz festival, which we committed to have every year. Once we have decided to make an event like this, then we have to continuously make this event until this 10th year.
It's amazing, actually. Wonderful idea to give a lot of how do you say? Not many people love jazz so much, especially particular
Yeah,
jazz, right? Because they
yeah,
only people love like pop jazz or like or any kinds of jazz music that blended with another
yeah,
music genre, not pure jazz, right?
yes.
So they can
Mm,
enjoy this pure jazz in the Ubud Bali Jazz
yeah.
Festival this year, right?
Yeah, so that's why we have this idea. We have this event because as a musicians, we kind of like have this worry of, in our heart that we don't really have an ideal jazz festival in our eyes, because as a musicians we play in different platforms, but it's not jazz. We have, well, I'm not saying that they're bad musicians. It's not that. It's just it's too mixed, because we really want to have respected jazz festival that if you play there, it's really a wow thing. And then that's what we're going to achieve with this jazz festival. So we don't have like commercial artists like a pop say thing because they already have their own platform and then they have their own network and they have their own guests, and then there are so many jazz musicians, jazz artists that they need the platform, and then also there's a world class jazz musicians that we can grab and then perform here, and then they've never been to Indonesia before. That's our market, and then thankful enough in Ubud in Bali, we have that market, and then we can create that jazz festival maybe only in Bali. I think this kind of jazz festival is also difficult to make in any other area. Yeah, because sometimes our sponsors like this, we don't know them, and then can you play this artist? It's still happening.
It's still happening, but it doesn't matter, right? Because that's why I think that's the doorway for the people who to know more about the pure jazz music itself, right?
Well, in some way, yes, if they play jazz music. I mean, if they don't play jazz, and then it's kind of like missing to what we're going to achieve. Because in Ubud Village Jazz Festival, we aim for the education music, and then we partners with the conservatory jazz in other countries, like in the Netherlands, in Russia. So it's more into education, and then how to get to know the people about jazz. This is jazz, and then this is almost jazz, and this is definitely not jazz.
Okay.
So, yeah, it's not that we want to make a box, a music box. It's not that. It's just we want to make it clear about the jazz
It
festival, and then
is.
we can do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because in Bali we have that market.
Yeah.
That's why we can go until the 10th.
The target market is right. So, all
Yeah,
right then. So you said
I
earlier
think so.
also, in 2 days there's about 5,000 audiences that came into Ubud
Yes,
Village Jazz Festival.
village.
Wow. This
Mhm.
festival is only held for 2 days, right?
The main event, yes, for today is
Okay.
28 and 29 of July, but we have a series of pre and post events.
Oh, I
So on
see.
the 26th, yeah, we're going to have it at Apupakan Queensland. And then the 27th, we have two venues, but it's different. at Pelataran Ubud and at Princess Shalidasa. And then on the third year, it's at Samasta Jimbaran. So it's every area in Bali. We want to bring our crowd there. And then perhaps if for those who cannot come to the festival, they still can enjoy one of the performers there at different venues.
Amazing. Okay, well, Mbak Astrid, since you are very busy, I'm not gonna take more time from you, and you're
It's
doing a lot
okay.
of great preparation for the Ubud Jazz Festival this year. Thank you very much for
Thank you
joining us
very much.
today. Thank you, and hopefully it will be
Thank
very
you.
successful in the coming years, and hopefully next year we'll be able to come there, right?
Yeah, hopefully. Why not?
Okay, thank you, Mbak Astrid.
Thank you. See you. Thank you.